Well, hello the new. It's only me once again, Leonard Wells, broadcasting from Studio B in the Giggle mill here in Haslingden, north of Manchester in the UK. As you probably know, Studio B means that my resident engineer today will be none other than that very sweet chap, Adolf Apfelstrudel from Berchtesgaden in Bavaria. Technically perfect, he's a very strict disciplinarian and refuses me more than 12 digital megaburgers, which means I have to deny you that all-time thrill of seeing and hearing my world-famously forgettable rendition of Nessun Dorma. I have two short tales for you this afternoon. A chap called Harry reaches the age of 60 and he starts to find it difficult, in fact, between you and me, impossible to make love to his wife Kitty, and she's not amused, so she says to him, "You better go and get this fixed, Harry." So Harry goes to see Dr. Jones. 2 weeks later, after many tests and some lotions and some potions and some powders and tablets, nothing has improved for Harry. So Dr. Jones says, "I have one suggestion, one final suggestion. Go and see Vivian Agra. She's somebody I met recently at a doctor's convention. She's very nice and specialises in your particular kind of problem, but she uses ancient Indian treatments." So Harry goes to see Vivian, and after a thorough examination she says, "I can help you." She then takes some blue powder from a glass jar and throws it onto a lighted candle. There's a bright flash and Harry is suddenly covered with billowing blue smoke. When the smoke clears, Harry says, "Am I cured?" So Vivian says, "Well, sort of. It's a very powerful medicine, but it only gives you the chance to make love once a year. Once a year. And to do that, all you have to do is say 1, 2, 3. And you'll be making love for as long as you wish." But asks Harry, "What happens when it's over and I want to stop?" "Well, all you or your wife has to do is say 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will finish. But I must warn you, you won't be able to do it again for another 12 months. So Harry rushes home and says to his wife Kitty, "It's done. I can't wait for tonight, my little darling, my little sex kitten." So that night they both have a bath, a shampoo, and get themselves looking gorgeous and smelling beautiful. And as he gets into bed with Kitty, he says 1, 2, 3. Immediately he feels like Tarzan with Jane. So he grabs Vivian and he's about to make mad passionate love to her when she says, "What did you say 1, 2, 3 for?" And now you know why you shouldn't end a sentence with a preposition. In the next little ditty, Miriam is having trouble with her young son Nathan. He's causing all kinds of mischief and problems and things. She gets in such a state that her doctor recommends she see a psychiatrist as soon as possible, and he writes out a letter for her to give to the psychiatrist. So later that week, Miriam has her first appointment with the psychiatrist. He spends an hour talking to her, and then he says, "You seem to be far too upset and worried about your son Nathan than you ought to be. So I'm going to give you a prescription for some tranquilizers. These are the very latest on the market. Start taking them regularly from today, and I'll see you again in a month's time." So a month later she turns up, and the psychiatrist asks, "So Miriam, are you more relaxed than the last time I saw you? Have the tranquilizers I gave you calmed you down?" "Oh yes, doctor, most definitely. The pills have been marvellous. I feel so carefree," she said. And how is Nathan behaving these days?" The doctor asks. "Who cares?" she says with a shrug of her arms. Thank you and good night, folks.